Jeffrey Abjohns.
Trayce, how we doing, man?
Good. How are you?
What do you feel are the biggest things that are going to help you guys to be more productive offensively this year to avoid some of the scoring droughts that were problems last year?
I think the biggest thing is spacing the floor. We got a lot of transfers coming in that can shoot the ball at a high level. And I think another big thing is our depth. Rob's coming off the bench and leading the second unit. He was starting for us all 3 years before. So I really feel like we got a lot of pieces that can do a lot of different things, especially if someone's not going up to their level. Coach Woodson says next guy up. So everyone's got to be ready to play. I think that's going to help us a lot.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Alex.
Hey, Trayce, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Coach Woodson talked, when you decided to come back to school about needing to expand your game and work on, maybe getting out on the perimeter a little bit more. Is that something you feel comfortable doing from game one? Are you going to be looking for the mid-range shot? Are you going to step out to the three-point line? Or are you still going to kind of play the game as you played it the last couple of years?
I think I'm just going to do a little bit of everything. Like I said, I'm going to take what the defense gives me. If they leave me open from 17, 18 feet, I'm going to let it go, let it shoot it. And then if they're pressing up, I'm going to take them off the dribble. But just basically just in the rhythm of the game, I'm just going to look for opportunities, scoring on my team.
Thanks.
Yep.
Brian Snitker.
Hey, Trayce. I asked Coach this as well, but you've had an off season now to absorb, his coaching, his systems, his methods, whatever. For you, as you think about maybe not just this first game, but this first block of games, what do you think are kind of the marker points that you look for in terms of being able to say, we're doing the sort of fundamental stuff Coach needs us to do well. There's progress here. Obviously, I know every team's a work in progress in November and December, but the things that I guess you feel like you guys need to execute well early on here to really kind of build upon as you get into December, January, February.
I just think team chemistry. We've been together for 5 months, 6 months, but at the same time, a lot of guys been banged up, a lot of guys been injured. So just playing together and playing with each other in different rotations. So I think that's going to be really big for us. And at the same time, I also think that offensively, just trying to get niches and get guys roles really, because I think our defense is ahead of our offense. So that's going to be really big for us.
Mike.
Yeah, hey Trayce. Jordan Geronimo's energy level in the Bahamas really stood out to me. I'm curious if you could comment on that specifically and what else you see him bringing to this team this year.
JG, he's been phenomenal this year. He's been shooting the ball at a really high level, especially in practice in the games. He shot at a high level. He's going to be able to stretch the floor a lot more this year. He's been handling the ball really well, and he's just an energy guy. So it's going to be really big for us if he keeps stepping up and doing what he's doing right now.
Olivia.
Trayce, this is a little bit of a bigger picture question, and you grew up here, so you understand this, but we're noticing the bridge of Woodson coming home and Bob Knight being back in the building. I know that this team isn't those teams in the past. So what do you want this team's identity to be? I mean, have you guys talked about it, or how do you envision this team's identity unfolding throughout this season?
Coach Woodson really gave us from the beginning. He said he wants his team to be hard-nosed. He wants it to be a team that just fights every game, and just doesn't let up, doesn't give up. He thinks that we're going to be good, but we got to show it. And it's just based on me and my teammates. He says he can't be out there. It's on you guys for you to let everyone know what you guys want to be. So basically it's up to us, and he's going to help us along the way, but he's putting it on us. So that's what we got to do.
Dustin.
Trayce, I think since you decided to come back, you've probably been asked this question a bunch of different ways, but leading up in the opener, how are you a better player right now than you were 8 months ago?
I think that physically, I'm more in shape than I was last year. I think COVID really took a damper on that. We didn't get to have conditioning. And so I'm running the floor a lot harder, getting easy layups and dunks in transition. I think that my IQ is higher. I'm a better passer out of the post, especially with double teams. And I'm just letting the game, I feel like the game slowed down a lot more than it has the last 2 years. I feel like I'm making the right plays, easy reads, and taking what the defense gives me. So those are big things. I think defensively I'm better. Coach calls me launching pad because whenever I'm on the other block, he wants me to go and block it on the other side. So I've been doing a pretty good job of that. So just different things, just being patient with the ball, physically, that nature. And then obviously I'm shooting the ball a lot better than I have been. I've been in the gym every night with one of our GAs, Isaac. So those are some of the things. I think my work ethic is a lot better. So
Tyler.
Hey Trayce, I hope you're doing well. Mike Woodson mentioned earlier today that like 30 to 40 of his friends and family are going to be there tomorrow at the game. Has he talked to you guys about, I guess, just his excitement level and what it means to him for his first game, or is that something, do you feel like he's just going to kind of try to treat it like any other game?
He hasn't really showed us that, but I know he's excited. He hasn't really said much about it other than the fact that we're taking one game at a time. We got Eastern Michigan, and so he wants to beat them. Obviously, he's used some choice words I'm not allowed to say, but so that's what he says. But I know he's excited, especially this being his alma mater, and just being back in the building with his first year as a head coach. So it's big for him, and it's even bigger for us because we're the same way, and we're happy for him, and we're ready to get started.
Last question, Kevin. If everyone can stay on after Trayce leaves, I just got a couple things I want to throw in after Trayce is done. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, a lot of home games this month, obviously starting tomorrow. And with the fans back, how do you see yourself and your teammates kind of feeding off the energy of the crowd?
Most definitely. Me and a few other my teammates, like 3 or 4, honestly, are the only ones that really get to see an Assembly Hall at like Assembly Hall. The freshmen haven't been able to, and then the sophomores as well. So, and the transfers. So Miller got a little taste of it in his time at Northwestern, but nothing like it can be. So I think I'm excited, not just for me, and I'm excited for my teammates because they really get to experience the Hall at full effect. So we're ready to play and we're ready to get started.
All right, Trayce, thank you.